Why, hello there. It's Dad, back with another episode of not Dad Watches Horror Movies, but of Dad Reads Horror Movie Reviews. It's actually not an episode, it's a volume. Volume 3, coming at you. There, over here, right there, over there. All of you fools. Let's watch it. Actually, let's read it. And we are back on my Letterboxd profile page. You've been here before, and you know the drill. Let's scroll down to my diary. Click. Scroll down to the bottom. As we're reading them from the bottom up, we are reading them oldest to newest. So, for Volume 1 and Volume 2, I read 10 total reviews. 5 in Volume 1, 5 in Volume 2. Now it's time to read 5 more for Volume 3. So let's do that. The next one in line is Return of the Living Dead 3. And here it is. Return of the Living Dead 3, 1993. Yes, she is to die for. Julie is the hottest zombie to hit the undead scene. She might have a few screws loose, but she fixes them with sharp objects. I had the same feelings as Santos once Julie flung open that steel door looking like a heavy metal zombie stripper all hopped up on that new undead drug called pain. He pays the price for his wicked actions, which leads him to become one of the best artistically designed zombies ever created. Return of the Living Dead 3 might not have the dark comedy and similar plot as the first two, but it sure as hell sticks to the script with awesome zombie design. It might even overtake the first two in that category. Once again, the stupid United States government cannot maintain this biochemical agent. You would think this secret government facility would be a little more secure. When building biomechanical weapons, there should be highly trained military personnel protecting the area. But these guys are mindless idiots. Where was security when undead Riverman was running amok? I guess it is a requirement for these scientists to have military-grade combat skills. They are on their own if crazy zombie shit breaks out. 3.5 stars, a good rating. Review number 2, Opera, 1987. There's a maniac who's after me. I need advice on what to do. Dario Argento's opera is as clueless as its main character and as annoying as the drawn-out Raven scenes. It is funny how in most slashers the psychopath can seem normal in the beginning, but just cannot hold back their craziness towards the end. Yes, this is exactly that type of movie, within an opera house setting. There is no character development of the killer to explain his bellowing poetic justice. I didn't commit any crime. I just wanted to free their souls. Where did that come from? I want to burn. No one will ever find me. That is a curious way to play hide and seek. This dialogue is entertaining, but is as misplaced as the random metal soundtrack. Here are some misplaced random thoughts in honor of opera. 1. The wardrobe mistress has man eyebrows. 2. The sound of the scissors cutting. Hashtag cringeworthy. 3. He's not dead. He's alive. He's here. Run. For God's sakes, run. Run. With no bra in a field. 4. My almost getting murdered epiphany. Everything is beautiful. I will save you, little lizard, from the horrible twigs. 2.5 stars. Below average rating. And you can see all those italicized words in text. If they're italicized, that means it's an actual quote from the movie, or it's the name of the movie. So, just in case you forgot. Review number 3. House on Haunted Hill, 1959. I have started to add the older horror movies to my watch list. I love horror so much that it is about time I watched the starting films that made this genre possible. I call these the foundational horror films. They have great ideas, but did not have the technology to pull it off as envisioned. They do the best they can, and that is the charm. Working with black and white picture is an art on its own, and House on Haunted Hill nails it with perfect grayscale. The picture is smooth, and the stage props are clearly seen with detail. The overall acting is no slouch either. Vincent Price is spot on as Frederick, the creepy host. You would think the house on Haunted Hill is haunted, but there is a lot of trickery going on that it could almost be considered a mystery story rather than a horror one. It taps into both areas nicely, which leads to a unique experience. 4 stars. Very good. Review number 4. Madman, 1981. Is it Jason Voorhees? No, it is Madman Mars. And do not ever forget it. Lore of the campfire, telling of his horror, lost in the woods with the madman and the stars. Don't laugh at the tale, heed if you call him. The legend is beware the madman Mars. The legend is beware the madman Mars. With his crazy hair and shoeless feet, Madman Mars zaps his axe into the necks of his victims that did not heed when they called him. Madman Mars would have never found that axe if the weak camp counselors could pull it out of the stump it was lodged into. Mars is a modern-day Arthur Pendragon. Madman would be nothing without these cheesy cliché characters. Watching them overact to portray the emotion the dialogue asks for is entertaining on its own, especially the hot tub scene with the 2 counselors spinning around smiling at each other. They now deserve to die. You can't hear him. You can't see him. You smell his odor of death. You turn around and suddenly his horribly mutilated face stares down at you. It's the last thing you see before, zap, off goes your head. Apparently that is the sound of an axe when it chops off your head. Zap! 3.5 stars. Good rating. And our final review for Volume 3, The Final Terror, 1983. I am conflicted with this one. On one hand, the adventure and setting are perfect, but on the other hand, the film and picture quality are horrendous. If I could see what was going on, my rating is guaranteed to be higher. Everything is so dark and hazy. Wait, what just happened? I do not fucking know, because I cannot fucking see it. Apparently, The Final Terror is notorious for its bad quality that hinders the film from getting the notoriety it deserves. However, I did hear that it was recently released on Blu-ray with improved picture quality, so I'm going to have to watch this again if I ever get my hands on it. Is that Joe Pantoliano? I cannot see him, but it sounds like him. I'm going to have to look this up. Yes, it is him. Is he more of an outcast in this or in the Goonies? He does have a mean pepperoni pizza slice throwing arm in the Goonies. Sorry, I digress. I think The Final Terror should be a serious remake candidate. There is so much potential here that can go a long way. Imagine a screechy deranged woman screaming in the distance while you are out camping in the wilderness. Sounds like horror gold to me. It just needs to be done right. 2.5 stars, below average. And that concludes Dad Reads Horror Movie Reviews. Volume 3.